Every week before we wrap up an episode of Bullseye, we like to bring you a culture tip from me. We call this the Outshot. The stone itself weighs 340 tons. It's 21 and a half feet high. And it's gray, stone-colored. It sits atop a trench, sort of passageway. As you walk toward the rock in the trench, you slope gently downwards, and the walls rise up on either side of you. You get to the nadir of the trench, and you're standing right underneath that stone. It blocks out the sun. It's cool and quiet underneath. You don't see as much as you did when you were on the dusty plain above. And you're suddenly aware of the potential borne by the stone. It's held in the air above your head by its very edges. And you're underneath it, trusting the artist who placed it there to keep it from falling and crushing you, which is what it obviously wants to do. 340 tons rejoining the earth. The work is called Levitated Mass, and the artist who conceived it is Michael Heizer. He thought it up in 1968, and he tried to build it in 1969, but the arm of his crane broke when they were trying to put it together. He tabled the idea for a while. Then, a few years back, he found a new rock, even bigger, in a quarry in Riverside. Money was raised, rock-moving money, rock-installing money, trench-digging money. And in the end, it took a custom-built transporter to haul it, late at night, through the side streets of Southern California. In 2012, it was finally installed at LACMA, the Los Angeles County Museum of Art. It seems, if I'm frank, a little bit less magical when it's swarmed by tourists posing for selfies where they pretend that they're holding the rock up in the air with their hand. But if you can catch Levitated Mass on a quiet afternoon, it just takes your breath away. It's unquestionably the work of humanity. It is an engineered structure. But it's also raw and natural. It's a rock, unadorned, rock-colored, rock-shaped. It's impossible to look at that huge stone and not think about how temporary everything that surrounds it is. Across the street, the sun glints on the undulating metal skin of the Peterson Automotive Museum. But how long will that last? 30 years? 50? 80? That rock will be there for thousands. It reminds you of your own impermanence as well. For all its beauty and engineering cleverness, you can't walk underneath the mass and not flash on how easily it could crush you. How the only thing between you and death is the support of the earth itself. It turns your stomach a little, but it's also oddly comforting. Go there sometime, in the afternoon on a weekday, maybe in the winter, when the sun's getting low on the early side, and it's quiet in the big sandy desert plain out behind the galleries. Enjoy the odd peacefulness in the middle of the city, and walk down that trench below that rock. Take a moment to think about the folks who put it there and about how long past your death it will remain in place. I don't know if there's God in that rock, but whatever's in there, it's a lot bigger than we are. That's my Outshot.